There's probably more drugs in prison than outside of prison. Then there was ways of handling it, right? If you found a little bit of drugs, and I'm keeping it real with you can put it in the toilet and flush it and it goes away. They definitely get their dope through like staff members, visits. Now they got drones, bro. Drones in 2024 is where it's at.
All right, guys, we got a former prison guard here today, Hector Bravo. Thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, what a story working those prison systems. How long were you doing that?
16 years, bro.
16 years, wow. And was it by choice originally?
Yeah, for sure.
So you wanted to become a guard?
Yeah, my dad was a guard, so it's kind of like, hey, I got to follow the footsteps. And that's where the money was at the time.
Right, so the salary was good for being a guard?
Definitely.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, $100,000 a year.
Damn.
Within, like, after your first year, second year, you'll be making $100,000 a year.
Yeah, and 15 years ago, 100K is a lot.
Big time, bro.
With inflation these days, that's probably like 150K a year.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, where we're at now, it's like chump change.
Yeah.
It's
100K a year is tough to
definitely
tough to live on when you got a family.
Facts.
And you got a kid now, 5 years old.
5-year-old daughter.
Got the wife. 100K is tough to. I know it kind of sounds ignorant, but it's just not what it used to be.
Correct.
Yeah, and you're in San Diego too, so
even $1 million ain't what it used to be.
That won't even get you a nice house in some areas.
Facts.
Crazy, man.
Yep.
So that first year, what was it like? Was it a smooth transition?
The first year was a different time frame, so that was like 2007. Gangs were very active in the prison system. A lot of race riots. I mean, 100 inmates versus 100 inmates.
Holy crap.
You had two different races going at it. That was pretty wild, man.
Wow.
It's like a Royal Rumble.
So you witnessed 100 on 100 fight?
Not only did we witness it, we had to stop it.
Holy
Stop
crap.
it with like batons, pepper sprays, chemical agents, grenades.
Grenades?
CS grenades or CN grenades, chemical agents.
Okay.
So there's like baby powder, but it's actually chemical agents.
Dang.
Gets in your eyes.
Were they ever coming at you, or were they just coming at other inmates?
I have been involved in staff assaults, and yeah, those are gnarly, bro. Those dangerous. It's kind of like anything goes at that when it's on and cracking. You know what I mean?
Are those planned or are they spontaneous?
It varies. It can be a mixture of both.
Wow.
Definitely.
So what was the first one that happened to you?
Well, the first one, there was an inmate that was not listening in the chow hall. We told him to get up, and when he was done eating, he decided to take his time and do his own thing. And back then, I was fairly young too. And as soon as he came out, my partner was verbally counseling him, and he headbutted him. He headbutted him. So after he headbutted him, we took him to the ground, and we proceeded to use physical force on him over and over and over again. Then we looked behind us, and all his friends were standing up in a line, man. And thank God they didn't, assault us and jump us.
Dang.
They should have.
Yeah.
Per their own rules, they should have assaulted us. They have their own rules, too.
Interesting. So if you lay hands on someone, by their rules, they're supposed to defend?
Correct.
Oh,
you mess with one. Well, yeah. There's a saying, man. You mess with one bean, you get the whole burrito. That's what they say.
Wow. Did you have to find out those rules on the way, or did they brief you on them when you got the job?
Combination of both.
Okay.
Right? You feel it, man. It's a new environment. It's treacherous. It's cutthroat. It's violent. So you're just getting a feel for the whole.
Yeah.
You can feel it in the air, dude, the tension.
I could see why they pay this job well now.
Yeah.
Your life's on the line.
Big time.
Yeah, I'm sure there's been some guards that have gotten beat up and stuff.
Yo, bad, bro. Medically retired.
Damn.
Aside from that, there's no hostage policy, meaning that the inmates know it's in policy that if they take you hostage, we will not negotiate for their release.
What?
Correct.
I wonder why they do that.
So that way they don't be taking staff members hostage and leaving prison all the time.
Wow.
So it's well known, like, hey, if you take somebody hostage, we're not going to let you go free.
Yeah. Did you know the sentences of each inmate you were dealing with, like how long they were in there?
For the most part, it varied. It
Yeah.
varied from a couple of years to life without parole.
Because you probably got to keep a bigger eye on the life guys, right? Like be more aware of them.
I'll tell you the truth, man. The lifers were more chill.
Really?
Because that was their life. You understand what I'm saying? That was their world. So they weren't trying to cause drama. They have to live there forever.
Interesting.
Because a lot of them are paroled now.
Yeah, I would assume since they're in there for life, they're pissed and they're just trying to cause but
No, it's opposite.
okay.
They're trying to relax. It's the ones that are passing through 2 years, 3 years, 4 years that they could care less and they're just wilding out.
How common was it for them to have weapons on them, sneak it in, or make them?
99%.
Oh, almost all of them had them?
99%.
But you guys are searching for them every day, right?
Yes and no. You got to understand, with all the changes in California, it's frowned upon to fight crime, within the directions given from the supervisors, the administrators, and the managers. So
As a B2B marketer, you know how noisy the ad space can be. If your message isn't targeted to the right audience, it just disappears into the noise. With LinkedIn ads, you could precisely reach the professionals who are more likely to find your ad relevant with LinkedIn targeting capabilities. You can reach them by job title, industry, company, and more. Stand out with LinkedIn ads and start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. LinkedIn ads allows you to build the right relationships, drive results, and reach your customers in a respectful environment. You'll have direct access to and build relationships with decision makers. 1 billion members are on their platform, 180 million senior level executives, and 10 million C-level executives. You'll be able to drive results with targeting and measurement tools built specifically for B2B in technology. LinkedIn generated 2 to 5x higher return on ad spend than any other social media platform, and you'll work with a partner who respects the B2B world you operate in. 79% of B2B content marketers said LinkedIn produces the best results for paid media. LinkedIn has been a great platform for me to also find interesting podcast guests. If you're interested, start converting your B2B audience into high-quality leads today. We'll give you a $100 credit on your next campaign. Go to linkedin.com/social to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/social. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be.
Let's say you're searching an inmate, you find a knife on him, and then he turns around and he punches him in the face. Mm-hmm. Well, your higher ups are going to say, well, what were you doing searching that inmate? They got you punched in the face.
Wow.
That's the way they look at things.
Instead of praising you for finding a weapon,
Absolutely.
they scold you.
There you go.
Wow.
So it's that type of culture, demeanor. So when you said, do you search for them? I mean, you could if you wanted to, but you better be expected to go for the whole ride.
Okay, so that makes more sense to me because I always, from an outsider point of view, I'm like, why are there so many weapons? But now from your point of view, that starts to add up.
It adds up because it's not worth it. It's not worth getting beat up. It's not worth getting fired. It's not worth, right? You might as well just turn a blind eye.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate that it is that way.
That is unfortunate. Do you think it's changed since you've been there?
For the worst.
Oh, for the worst.
For the worst. One of the reasons why I left.
Holy crap. So these wards really don't care about safety.
Safety is not even a thought in their brain. It's not. Safety for human life, sanctity of life for the inmates or the staff members is not a thought. What's in their brain is, I want to promote to the next level. I like my title, my power, and my position.
And they get paid for every inmate, right? That's how it works.
Yeah. What was there? I forgot how many. Governor Newsom said. I think there was 175,000 in the custody, something like that.
For each inmate?
No, like that was a total population of the inmates.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Yeah, I was told for each inmate that comes in, the government will fund that.
They get a lot of money.
They get paid. So they want as many people as possible, right?
They get a lot of money.
So were the prisons you were at overcrowded?
Initially, you had bunk beds in each building, which was excessive. You weren't supposed to have the bunk beds. And the gymnasiums were full of bunk beds.
Holy crap.
Yeah, dude. So every cell was filled. 200 inmates per building. You had thousands, man. You had thousands.
Damn.
And that was around 2007. Around 2010, 11, they did all these laws and reforms, and they started releasing everyone to the streets, man. I saw the prisons empty out.
In 2011?
It was around 2010, 2011. And I remember thinking, oh, this is cool for us because, less inmates.
But
it's bad for our family members because we're releasing some of these guys are massive predators.
And they just released them?
And monsters. Oh, yeah, 100% released them.
Holy crap.
They were having shootouts on the streets with the cops. It was wild.
Because they didn't have enough prison space.
AB 109.
AB 109.
It was AB 109, Prop 57. It's not that they didn't have enough prison space, it's that there was overcrowded and the federal government came in and stepped in.
Got it. Go ahead.
And said, you better release.
Wow.
Better do something.
Were you at federal prisons mainly?
State.
Oh, state. So what's the difference between that and just federal?
State, there's 33 prisons roughly in the state of California. It's funded by the state, employed by the state, peace officer powers through the state. Federal would be your federal government where you have those institutions, penitentiaries up and down the United States.
Got it. How often were you finding drugs?
Drugs in prison are there's a lot. There's probably more drugs in prison than outside of prison.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. But back then there was ways of handling it, right? If you found a little bit of drugs, and I'm keeping it real with you can put it in the toilet and flush it, and it goes away, never to be seen again.
So they would just flush it before they got found out.
Yeah, or we would flush it, but now you get in trouble for that. You got to report it and this and that. But they definitely get their dope through like staff members, visits, and now they got drones, bro. Drones in 2024 is where it's at.
So they're literally sending drones to
in the middle of the night, midnight, you'll have a drone fly over a prison yard, drop a package full of drugs, tobacco, and cell phones. And in the morning, an inmate will get it and start distributing it. selling it.
Wow. So people have cell phones in prison now?
They've had cell phones, man.
Dang, that doesn't sound so bad. If I had a phone in there, I mean, probably make the day go by a lot quicker.
But they commit criminal activity,
On the phone?
especially like the Mexican mafia. They'll order hits, murders of other individuals, and they will. It's a trip because you'll see FaceTime conference calls.
Yeah.
Of these very influential members, and they're ordering the murder of another inmate.
Holy crap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which group of people did you fear the most?
I mean, I viewed them all the same because they wear blue. Inmates wear blue.
Yeah.
So I just viewed it. Staff members wear green, and I was always taught it's blue versus green.
Okay.
So I just kind of viewed it.
So no
Inmates.
gang had like, were extra violent or?
Yeah, the Southern Hispanics, the Sureños, the Southern Mexicans, they have their own rules that are pretty dicey, man. Like that's the one. If one individual gets involved, they all have to jump in and assist.
Oh, wow.
So you know you're gonna get jumped by like 200 dudes.
Holy crap. That's crazy.
Those odds are not good,
Yeah.
man.
And you can't defend against that many. I mean,
Absolutely not.
you have a gun though, right?
The towers have a gun.
Oh, so you're not allowed to have a gun.
Nah.
Wow. I wonder. Yeah, because
Just,
people would
just
steal
these,
it.
man.
And the pepper spray, and
Yeah.
you had a taser.
No taser.
No taser. So just pepper spray and baton.
And I'm kind of glad we never got tasers because I never wanted to get tased as part of the training.
Yeah.
I've never been tased. I don't plan on it. But yeah.
Yeah, I've never been tased, but to become a police officer, you have to, right?
Yeah, it doesn't look cool.
That's crazy. Did you ever want to become like a police officer?
Nah, dude, I'm from a small town where the cops were not cool.
Okay.
So I always kind of resented that. And I'm like, nah, I'd rather be a CO.
Interesting. Prison guard has got to be traumatic, though. You probably have some memories that haunt you, right?
Well, it's crazy because I was in Iraq for 2004 in the military. And people ask me, hey, did that prepare you for prison? Was it different? And yeah, they're different and the same all at one. I mean, violence is violence. Blood is blood. It doesn't matter what caused it. A knife wound, a gunshot, a bomb, like. Yeah, dude. And then I always used to say I don't know where my PTSD stopped from the military and started from the prison. But looking back, it's kind of all just been one
Just blur.
blur.
Yeah.
20 years from the age of 17 to the age of 38. So okay, it's 21 years. 21 years of straight
Straight stress and
Stress.
Yeah, you're feeling people's energy in there too.
fight or flight.
Yeah, you're feeling all that tension.
Cortisol levels releasing. That does something to your brain and your body.
Oh, it does. You actually, I don't know the word, but you can like take on their energy.
Facts, bro. I'm very good at reading people.
Yeah.
I have high emotional intelligence, and they are very good at reading people. You know, it's kind of part of the world you got to navigate.
Right, because they have to survive, so they're relying on reading people.
That and we're kind of like animals in the in our inner beings. Like we looking at people in their eyes and reading, and it's like, yeah, you definitely got to
Yeah.
navigate that world. Now, not everybody has that keen sense of awareness, but they'll find out.
Did you ever form a personal friendship with a prisoner?
Absolutely not.
You kept it separate?
Well, you have to. That's one of the reasons why I left the prison system now, though. They are the higher-ups, the administration from Sacramento headquarters. They are fostering an environment where they want you to be friends with inmates, give them hugs.
What?
Yes, give them hugs, shake their hands, play games with them. I'm glad you find that funny, bro.
No, that's funny because like
I'm glad you find that funny because you're a neutral player. And
no,
you're
I'm
just
neutral, but like from a prisoner point of view, that's what I would want. I would want to be friends with them so I could trick them and influence them.
I'm glad you just said that, bro.
Yeah,
Because it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out.
I can't believe they're doing that. That's weird. That sounds like a left thing to do, though. To be honest.
Bro, go, yeah, dude, yes. So you can imagine the time frame I came in to where we're at now.
Yeah.
I mean, do I prefer physically fighting inmates every day? Of course not. But I also don't want to shake their hand and give them hugs.
Yeah, yeah. There's a balance. You got to keep it
Just want to
separate.
be right in the middle.
You probably got a lot of them trying to bribe you, right?
No. I only legitimately got asked twice.
Okay.
One guy was completely joking. He's like, hey, Farrell, because my last name's Farrell. My full name is Hector Bravo Farrell. He's like, hey, Farrell, what's up with them cell phones? But he said it in front of a yard full of people. I just started laughing. And he's like, hey, it was worth a shot. I just started laughing, right? Because he shot his shot, but it was just hilarious the way he presented it.
Right.
And another guy legitimately said, hey, too bad you're not down with the business. There's lots of money to be had. I took that as offense. I took that as a sign of disrespect. So
Yeah.
I opened the back door and I told him to come out there. In essence, I kind of in a way challenged him to fight, even though you're
Oh,
not
wow.
supposed to do any of this, right?
Yeah.
But I kind of said, hey, don't you ever disrespect me like that again, man.
Wow. So you took it really serious.
Yeah. And then this is what I used to tell him. I said, I'd rather go homeless, broke, without shoes, eating out of a trash can, living at a park than to ever bring any contraband in for you. And I think they understood where I was coming from.
Did you see any of your fellow coworkers compromised?
Oh, yeah, bro.
Did you snitch on them?
No, I didn't snitch on them. I mean, I'm not a snitch in general. However, it wasn't my role. You know, a lot of people wonder. They think that COs or guards are in cahoots by not reporting their partner. But there's a whole unit for that. There's a whole investigative unit,
Yeah.
like a detective unit. That's their specialty.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they investigate corrupt cops.
So there's a whole unit just for that.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's their bread and butter. You know, if you're basically, it's better not to tip off the guy. Like, let's say you're the partner. It's like you don't want to give them a heads up that they're onto him. So you hope they can get caught
Yeah.
and get fired and thrown in prison.
Did you see people get caught?
Oh man, recently there was a guy that I carpooled with for 15 years in a van, right? So it was numerous of us. He got caught bringing in grills, the platinum grills to the inmates.
Wow.
I just thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not even like anything crazy.
He got 3 years in prison.
What?
Federal. Yeah.
For bringing in grills?
Because he was getting the mold from the inmate and shipping it to Texas. Because it crossed the state lines, it became federal.
Oh, and that's not even like a drug or a weapon. That's just like a
But
grill.
there's no doubt in my mind that at one point he was probably bringing in drugs.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? You just don't bring in grills.
Yeah. So he must have been getting paid fat.
I've
for that.
seen corrupt cops bring in contraband. I've seen female officers have relationships with inmates. I've seen it all, man.
So there's female officers where you worked?
Absolutely.
I thought it was just they separate the genders.
No.
Wow.
And now in 2024, you have male inmates housed in female prisons.
Interesting.
Very.
Did you ever do a female prison?
Never, dude. I never wanted to work around females or juveniles.
Yeah.
Like, too much drama.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, the females are probably wild.
Wild, man.
I've seen like videos. How accurate are like the movies and the shows about prisons?
American Me, fairly accurate, with some exceptions that cause a lot of problems. And then what do you have? Shot caller or felon? Those are pretty.
There's one like 30 days in jail or something.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay.
But they're accurate. I mean, Hollywood's probably going to put a twist on it, but
Yeah.
for the most part.
What happened with you and Wes Watson? I saw you make a video.
What video?
Was it Wes Watson called you out or something? I don't know.
No, so Wes Watson, like when I left the prison system, I bought one of his courses so that he can put me up on game with the social media
Yeah.
thingy, utilizing my resources. And that's what I did. No, I have nothing bad to say. I see everybody taking shots on the dude on social media, right? So if you ask me, like, was it worth it working with him? Yeah, it was worth it because I didn't have any knowledge of social media, marketing, or branding.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
took his course.
Yeah,
Got it. I mean, you can't deny his success on social media.
exactly. Now, as far as telling prison stories, I'm not going to say whether his stories are true or not. That's not my place to talk about
Yeah.
that.
Did you ever have notable people on your watch?
Yes. Yeah, Suge Knight.
Oh yeah.
Suge Knight.
Wow. Was he respected in there?
Yeah, he was respected in there, and he was a respectful individual.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's in there for a while, right? Like 20 years or something.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I always wonder with the celebrities because sometimes they get picked on, right, for their money and stuff.
Yes and no. Times have changed. Times have changed now where they kind of get that celebrity status amongst their inmate group.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is that our managers give them that celebrity status. Like I said, I was a straight shooter, man. So to me, you're just an inmate. And it's better if I just treat you that way. Like
Yeah.
everybody's the same.
Absolutely. Any Italian mafia guys?
Not Italian mafia, but Mexican mafia.
Mexican? Okay. I just had the boss of the Philly mob on.
Did you?
Yeah.
Man,
Joey-
I find all that stuff interesting, bro.
So interesting. The Italian mob's probably one of my favorite documentaries to watch.
I find organized crime very interesting, bro. I
Yeah.
did a lot of my research, and it's very like intricate and a lot of moving parts.
Yeah. And the no snitching stuff is crazy too.
A lot of backstabbing too, man. A lot of like I said, it's crazy.
I think 80% of them end up dead or in prison.
Or sleeping with the fishes, as they say.
Yeah. Crazy, man. Another life, right?
Yeah, dude, that's predatorial.
Yeah.
It's like the cartel down south.
What about them?
That's the same thing. It's all the same concept to me.
Yeah, those cartels, man. I had a cop in Tijuana talking about the cartel wars. And he dealt with that. And he said almost everyone he worked with ended up dead or
Who was it? Ed Calderon?
Yeah, Ed Calderon.
Oh, sweet, dude.
Yeah, that was a fun one, but crazy to put
Yeah,
your
I
life
came out
on
on
the
his
line.
podcast in TJ.
Oh yeah,
Tijuana.
Oh yeah,
Sketchy.
Was it safe over there?
Oh, it's never safe over there, bro. Sketchy, bro. My anxiety shoots up.
Oh man.
Yeah, because what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Run to the border and ask for help?
Yeah, you probably had PTSD.
You bet big time, dude.
Yeah, that's scary, man.
Yeah.
But to put your life on the line for 100K, I don't know. Looking back now, you think it was worth it?
Well, it was worth it in the sense that it gave me made me who I am today. It gave me those experiences, exposed me to the corruption that I saw, and now I'm able to shed light.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like it was part of my bigger purpose.
Yeah, I think it's important to get this info out there because people don't really know what's going on in there.
Nothing, man. They were in the dark. For the longest time, California Department of Corrections controlled the narrative. Now they don't.
Are they upset at you for speaking out?
I would say so. Now they're trying to go after the people that are speaking to me.
Oh,
the
yeah?
people that are still employed.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Just because you have information coming your way.
Yeah, from everywhere, from every prison.
They won't-
33 prisons.
They won't be able to stop that.
No. They've never experienced anything like this before, bro.
Yeah, no one's ever spoke out against the system.
Nah, I'm playing chess with them, not checkers.
I love it, man. Yeah, I hope you win that battle, man. It's a big battle. And then what do you think about the prison system in general? Like, do you think it's a good thing for...
Dude, there's definitely so many issues with it, and I can see that now. I mean, for the longest time, they had all the prison gang leaders in a box in Pelican Bay SHU security housing unit for 20, 30 years. So
Holy.
imagine being in a little box like this for 30 years.
Damn.
Now, to the average person, they could be like, yeah, who cares? Put them away. But honestly, I mean, did that prevent any violence from happening on the prison yards while they were in a box? No, absolutely not.
Right.
It was wild.
That's isolation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that
So there has to be a
destroys-
remedy to that. You know what I mean? Like, no extremes. I think happy mediums is always good.
Yeah, isolation is an interesting thing. You get sent there when you do something bad, right?
Correct. And it was very interesting to be able to ask individuals, man, what did you do to not lose your mind sitting in a box for 30 years?
Right.
And they're like, why? Routine. The same exact routine every single day for 30 years. Wake up, work out, read a book, eat.
Crazy. I go crazy when I don't leave the house for a week.
Facts, dude.
Like, imagine-
I can't leave. I got to leave the house daily.
Yeah. Imagine a year. Oh my gosh. I mean, that probably messes them up.
You could tell, dude.
Yeah.
You could tell.
That's nuts. How do they determine how long you're in there for?
At the time, it was indeterminate SHU, so indeterminate time.
What?
Yeah, at the time.
Holy.
Now, they did away with that. There was in 2015 a big old giant lawsuit, Ashker versus whoever the governor was, and they released them.
Anyone that got out of prison ever hit you up?
Yeah. Wes Watson.
Oh, you
Like-
were watching them?
Well, actually, I hit him up, but I want to say he was at the prison that I was at a certain time.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, so me being a fair individual and a straight shooter, like, inmates or former inmates don't have a problem with me, per se, right? They feel comfortable talking to me.
Yeah.
Because they know I'm not going to snitch or do anything crazy or you sabotage them or throw them under the bus. I've never been that way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, been a straight shooter.
Got it. But when they come out afterwards, are you willing to talk to them? Or
I
do
have
you-
already.
Yeah?
I have on my YouTube channel, I already have. And they just confirm stuff that I've been saying.
Okay.
Which
That's
is
cool.
good. It
So the
helps the
respect
cause.
is there, yeah.
Respect is huge
In prison, right?
in prison and in the world.
Yeah.
I'm trying to bring it back, bro.
I love that old school mentality. Is it true when you get to prison, you get kind of tested that first day?
100%, dude. Well, not the first day, right? So they're gonna know you're new.
Okay.
They're gonna see the new uniform. You're walking stiff. You're scared. Well, you're walking. It's obvious you're new.
Yeah.
Looking around. So they're gonna try. They're gonna break you down. It's a lot of mental. They're gonna see what they can get from you.
Yeah. And they have access to your papers, right? Like while you're in there?
We do.
Oh,
They do.
The guards do.
They do too. And now everything's on cell phone, man. So all they got to do is Google somebody's name,
Right.
and everything comes court documents.
Right. And depending on what you did, there's a certain level of respect.
Well, if you have a horrible crime on your jacket, meaning any offenses with children or women, yeah, you're going to be deemed no good.
Wow.
They're going to attack you on a
Damn.
general population yard.
Jeez. So that's
Instantly.
like a death sentence. Like,
Pretty much.
and you saw that happen?
That's the thing I'm trying to tell you is that towards the end, they were mixing everybody. And like, yeah, there was a lot of violence, dude.
Wow.
And again, people can be like, well, what's wrong with that? Putting these type of individuals, they're getting a taste of their own medicine. I mean, that's cool and all, and like until you're the one actually involved, having to do it. You know what I mean? Escort these guys and get involved.
Yeah.
Because at the bottom, nobody wins at the bottom, man. The officers are going to get in trouble and the inmates are going to get killed. The only people who are winning are the higher ups.
Yeah.
That's unethical.
Yeah, that's up. Did you have inmates coming to you begging for like protection?
Yeah,
help?
dude. Yeah, and I was a lieutenant, so I had a little bit more juice, a little bit more weight pool. So I would work my magic as far as like, man, this is nothing violating policy, right? I was always within policy, but like, hey, man, I would tell them, just claim that you're. They'll give you mental health treatment, and you'll go that way. Oh,
Yep.
Thank you, LT. You really care, Lieutenant. I'm like, I do, man. I do.
That's cool because you could have told them to just F off, you know?
Could have, but it kind of would have made my job more difficult in the long run, right? So I'm not going to say I'm lazy, but I like to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. And that would probably affect you if they ended up getting killed. Like that would probably eat at you a little bit.
But you got to understand, eventually they're going to turn on you. If they're gonna get killed, there are better chances of killing you so that they can go to add the hole and be protected.
Oh, wow.
It's self-preservation.
Yeah, if that's like someone's last resort.
If
Right?
that's their last resort, if I'm about to get killed, I'm just going to kill you and get it over with.
Go to ISO, yeah. So once you're out of ISO, you're just going to go back though. So it's kind of like inevitable.
Facts.
You got to deal with it, right?
It's dangerous right now, dude.
Damn. And where would the fights take place mainly?
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
The yard, the kitchen, the chow hall, the buildings, the vocational areas, everywhere, dude.
Well, the yard would be tough because there's guns, right? People are on the
They do
towers.
not care, bro. I've seen individuals stabbing, murdering. Yeah, they murdered them. I've seen murders in real life and
my
just
God.
stabbing, and they don't care. They don't care. Gun. You can shoot that Mini 14 that shoots a live 223 round. They're not going to stop. They're going to stop when they want to stop. And that's kind of crazy that they have that,
That adrenaline.
initiative.
Yeah, that is scary.
And they do get killed sometimes. Recently, an inmate got shot with the Mini 14. It's within our policy. It's within our law to prevent stuff like that from happening.
Yeah. When a death happens, what's like the procedure? From
Oh, my God. It's a nightmare. From a lieutenant's perspective, it's a nightmare, man.
Yeah.
A lot of paperwork. It definitely goes under investigation. The Deadly Force Investigation Team, Office of Internal Affairs, Office of Inspector General.
Jeez.
Yeah, bro. You got to take public statements, safety statements, report writings. Oh, my goodness, dude.
Call the families too, right?
You got next of kin notifications, and I had to do that numerous times. Call the
Damn.
mom and be like, hey, this is Lieutenant Farrell. I regret to inform you that your son, and you just hear him, and you're just like, because I'm human. You never want to hear a mother or somebody like that receive that type of news.
Yeah, that's terrible. How often was that happening?
Well, you got to understand, these inmates overdose daily, dude. They
Daily?
overdose on fentanyl. Yeah, and they
Holy
die. We were bringing inmates back, man, every day. Narcan, chest pains, chest compression. These dudes would be dead, dead, and we would bring them back to life.
Wow. So
Yeah.
fentanyl was big in there.
And then the next day, they just overdose again.
Jeez. Some of them probably want to kill themselves, right?
Well, a lot of these overdoses were like accidental, but yeah, I've responded to a lot of
Man, hanging and
hangings.
drug overdose.
One of the weirdest hangings I saw when the dude was on his knees, tied a rope to his neck and leaned forward. And he
Leaned
leaned
forward.
forward and he killed himself
Wow.
on his knees.
That is crazy.
So when the officer was walking by, it looked like he was praying. And then he
Wow.
walked by again. He's like, wait a minute. He's been in that same position for over an hour.
Damn. How'd he get the rope?
Oh, dude, they cut their bed sheets.
Wow. How do they make the knives in there?
If they really want to get desperate, they'll use a shelving unit that's metal.
Yeah.
They will get nail clippers, and they'll carve over and over because it's made out of titanium. It's a stronger metal than what the shelving is. And they'll carve it over and they'll pop it out, and then they'll just sharpen it on the concrete.
Wow. That is crazy, man.
Yeah, dude, they make these things called bone crushers. Bone crushers is like big enough to go through you.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Bone crusher.
that's what they call them, bone crushers.
Just like a giant metal thing.
Well, like if a knife is like a certain length, like damn, that's a bone crusher.
Yeah.
Right, as opposed to that's a pretty good sized weapon.
Wow. I can't believe you dealt with this for 15 years, man. That's impressive.
16 years, but yeah, it was pretty wild, man. Like a lot of changes.
I'd assume the average guard tenure is not that long.
It is long.
Oh, it is?
Not now because the game has changed, but it used to be 28 years,
Oh.
30, average of 30 years.
Oh, wow. Okay. I would assume it was just a few years.
Well, you got to
based off what
understand the
you're saying.
retirement age at the time was 50. So you have to be 50 to be eligible to retire. Now the retirement age is 57.
Whoa.
There's no way, bro. Imagine coming in at the young, ripe age of 22.
Yeah.
You got to make it to 57 dealing with this.
Terrible. Wait, so how'd you get out early then?
I resigned, bro. I quit. When I got exposed to the corruption at the top, I got a firsthand view of what was actually transpiring. That the higher ups didn't care about anybody's safety; they only cared about their personal agendas. I bounced, bro.
So it all comes down to money then.
For them, not for me. For me, it comes down to values, ethics, and morals.
Right.
That's something I learned in the military from my brothers.
Dang. I wonder what the change would be then because they're going to want to keep making money. So
Money and power, dude. That's what it boils down to.
human greed.
So prison is a microcosm of society. You see it now in our government.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not a political advocate or anything like that. I have very good experience on dealing with good people and evil people, and I've been able to identify them.
Yeah. I mean, it's everywhere. It's politics, it's business, it's health, it's life.
And the crazy thing is you would think that, an inmate is automatically evil. I've met more inmates that are more stand-up and honorable than the managers I worked for.
Wow.
Absolutely.
What a statement.
And that's one of the reasons why I left, dude. Like, I mean, my bad for cussing, but like, I can't afford to. I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Did you have plans, like, in terms of work after, or you just left spontaneously?
I just kind of winged it, kind of like, whew.
Oh, so you didn't have a backup job or anything lined up?
No.
Wow. So you
No.
really wanted out.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wrote a book, but I didn't plan on surviving off of the book. But I mean, I had like little hustles here and there, but nothing like secure.
Yeah. Now you're full-time with the
With
YouTube
the social
stuff.
media, yeah.
Nice. That's a big
And it's
transition.
working, dude.
I bet. You're getting a lot of views, man.
So it's like a blessing, man. It's like it paid off.
Yeah.
My higher purpose, to serve others, help others. That's all I care about. Being passionate. I'm passionate about helping other people.
Yeah.
And when I was a lieutenant in a prison, I wasn't helping anybody really.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
You probably thought you were when you signed up, right?
Yeah.
And it didn't turn out to be that way.
No, it's corrupt, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because a lot of people devote their whole lives to a job they want. Like
it's
some
like-
people. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's like Game of Thrones. I don't know if you ever see Game of Thrones,
I
but
have.
it's cutthroat.
Yeah. Some people, I just had someone who devoted 30 years to becoming a doctor, and she saw what Western medicine was, and she had to remove 9 organs. And
What?
yeah, little did she know she just had a parasite infection. So if she took some Eastern medicine philosophies and had a parasite cleanse, she didn't have to remove any organs.
Wow, dude.
So people devote their whole lives, and then they
That's
get
the
in
truth.
reality. It's scary.
But in the same time, the gang members, the inmates, will devote their whole lives to that gang lifestyle, and then after 30 years, they realize, I just wasted my life.
And you're not allowed to leave once you join, right?
Well, you can. It's just not going to end well for you.
Yeah. You either got to snitch or you got to.
Yeah, you can. It's just not going to end well for you. It's not going to be favorable. But in reality, I tell everyone, just do the right thing.
Right.
Right? Just do the right thing.
But in,
Whatever feels right in your heart and your stomach.
yeah. But I feel like in prison, it's almost required to be part of a gang because you need to survive.
Prison operates different. It's a predatory environment, and it's exactly why I'm pushing against the whole trying to shake inmates' hands and hug them.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's just not going to work.
For sure. Did you see any prisoners that were independent on their own, or were they all?
Yeah, the independent.
Oh, there were some?
On protective custody yards,
Okay.
not general population yards.
Right.
If you're on a general population yard, you're running with your race. Blacks, whites, Mexicans, or others.
Was there Asians?
Yeah, they would fall under the others.
Others? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd be probably
Asian
a minority.
Asian gang members,
Yeah.
like Long Beach.
Those are probably the smallest group, right?
Yeah, smaller group, the others.
Dang. So I'd have it tough in there.
They're neutral. They're neutral as far as they're very respectful. I didn't see them cause no problems. I mean, once in a while they would get involved in something, but it's very rare.
Okay. So they weren't the ones
It was
starting.
the other gangs and other races that were really at each other's throats.
The blacks, the whites, the Mexicans.
Yes, absolutely.
Damn. Okay. So
Yeah, and it's not a racial thing. For people to hear racial, it has to do with respect, money, and dope, drugs.
yeah, because they want to control the drug flow, right?
Yeah, drug debts, people getting fronted drugs and not having the money to pay it back. Somebody's getting killed.
Damn.
Somebody's getting killed.
So was there money in there?
They use green dots. They use mail orders, so prepaid Visa cards, and they'll use facilitators on the streets,
Yeah.
like a wife, a girlfriend, and they will sell the drugs in there, and then the money will get forwarded to an account.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, bro, it's like kind of like money laundering if you think about it.
Basically, yeah. So they would coordinate it when the wife would visit, send this amount to that person's wife.
Or a dirty staff member, money is getting transaction through numbers, through green dot numbers,
Wow.
through Visa card numbers.
Interesting.
As far as hard cold cash, I've only seen that. I've seen it in there, and I would assume they use that to bribe a guard. I could see how they could do that.
Yeah.
Like you pull out $100 bill and you get some dude.
Makes sense, yeah. I heard cigarettes too, right?
Tobacco.
Tobacco.
Was big. There was a time when tobacco was selling for more money than and I remember that
Holy
time.
crap.
And then I remember when fentanyl came online. At first, they just had. Then all of a sudden, everybody started overdosing during this period of time.
Jeez.
And we were telling them, like, hey, stop, flush your dope. You guys got a bad batch of dope. And that was actually fentanyl when he hit the line.
Oh my gosh.
I remember.
Yeah, that was everywhere.
Yeah, dude.
Even got some kids. I grew up in Jersey. Got some people out there.
Big time.
Nuts,
I
man.
mean, me and you were talking about the homeless in San Diego. It's like, it's everywhere, bro.
Dude, yeah, it's rough. It's still pretty prevalent, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's getting worse now.
That's scary. So you are 13 years sober now.
I am, man. Speaking about fentanyl, yeah, I never dabbled in the fentanyl, but I mean, I did use hard drugs when I got back from Iraq. I was drinking a fifth of vodka. This water actually reminded me.
Yeah.
When I got back from Iraq, I was drinking a fifth of vodka in my barracks room.
Holy crap.
Nightly.
Damn.
Every night. And when that wouldn't do the trick, I'd buy a 12-pack of.
Wow.
And, dude, I've had numerous near-death experiences. And at first, I didn't want to live, dude. When I wasn't happy that I survived Iraq.
You weren't happy?
I had survivor's guilt.
Oh.
I lost 9 friends over there, and, I got them tattooed on my back. They're my brothers.
Wow.
And I felt like, why am I so special? Why did I make it and they didn't? I don't deserve to be here. But now that I've gained my sobriety, this gift, I see the true picture now.
Yeah.
My purpose.
That's beautiful, man. Wow. I'm sorry you lost 9 people. That's so much.
Yeah, dude. Think about them daily. It's not Memorial Day is every day for me.
Damn. Yeah, my cousin lost his best friend there, dude.
Wow.
He watched him die. He stepped on a landmine. Dude.
So my medic, Edgar Daclon, he was Filipino. He was from Torrance. He was actually killed on patrol on September 10th, 2004 while we were out there together. And I had to carry his body to the helicopter.
Holy
2 of my other friends were wounded, including the lieutenant. And September 10th is my mom's birthday, dude. So I actually had to get back to the camp, call my mom and tell her, hey, happy birthday.
Wow.
And not let her know what had just transpired.
Damn. That's crazy, dude.
And I was just 19 years old, dude. So it was experiencing all that trauma at a very young age.
Yeah. So you had to grow up super fast. Yeah, and when you get back, they also don't talk about this. A lot of people kill themselves. You probably lost even more people from that.
Oh, dude, I did. Jeff King, man. Jeffrey King. His name is tattooed on my back. He's the 9th one. He got he killed himself a couple years ago.
Jeez. And that's common, man. I mean, so many veterans. They really don't get the help they need when they get back because they just kind of brush it to the side. They give you opioids and all this drugs and stuff.
That's a fact, dude.
And they don't actually treat the
I mean,
cause.
there's better mental health awareness now, and that's another thing that drives me, bro.
Yeah.
The reason I do what I do is to ensure nobody else goes through what I went through, or at least let them know, hey, man, there's a solution. There's a way. You're not alone.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have that in 2005.
Yeah, not a
I
lot
had to
of people.
figure out myself.
Yeah, but it's cool to see you turn it around. Now you got a 5-year-old kid.
She's my
got a
everything,
family.
bro.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, man. My wife, my daughter, my little female dog, man, that I rescued. I'm surrounded by 3 females, bro. It's like all that, hormones in my house. They're all bossy.
Yeah.
They all tell me what to do.
Your daughter's going to be a savage.
For sure, dude. I could already see it. She dressed up as a little army soldier the other day at school because it was like camouflage day.
Yeah.
And I was like, I didn't put her up to it, She,
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that. If she wants to pursue army, would you?
That's the thing. Dude, as a father, I'm not going to pressure her or tell her anything. She's going to do what she's going to do.
Wow.
For sure.
That's cool.
I do tell her, like, hey, baby, do you want to do videos like your daddy does, like on YouTube, or do you want to go to a job like your mommy does? Like, there's so many things you can do. The choice is yours.
Absolutely. Hector, it's been a really inspiring episode, man. Anything you want to promote or close off with?
My YouTube channel, That Prison Guard, and then I'm on Instagram, Hector__Bravo. That's where you guys can find me.
Cool. We'll link below. Thanks so much for coming on, man.
Thank you, dude.
Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, check Hector's stuff out, and I'll see you guys next time.